Today we're honored to welcome back a guest who first joined us 2 years ago, shortly after her diagnosis with triple-negative breast cancer. Toni Sottak is here with us to share an update on her life post-cancer and how she's channeling her experience into new purpose. Toni, so great to have you here with us. The first time you joined us 2 years ago, you were just beginning your journey with cancer. So give us an update. Where are you in life right now?
Yeah, I mean, that seems like years ago now, which it was years ago, but since then I've had a couple surgeries, but I finished my last surgery in September, and so I'm finished all the treatments, and I'm basically kind of back to normal now.
It's cancer-free totally.
Yeah, they say no evidence of the disease,
How
so that's
incredible
good.
is that? And now, triple-negative breast cancer, this is a rare type of breast cancer, right?
Yeah, I never heard of it before I was diagnosed, although since I was diagnosed, I've learned there's many other people with it as well. I think it's, there's many forms of breast cancer, and it is rare. It doesn't respond to hormones, so the treatment options, it still responds to chemo, but after chemo, they're not trying to regulate your hormones. So it's good to catch it early, is the way I understand it. So
2 years ago, you got diagnosed. And how was the chemotherapy process and the healing journey?
Yeah, actually, it was pretty intense, I'll have to say. When I was diagnosed, it's always a shock, and then they say 14 months of chemo, and that seems like an eternity. But I got really great care at MUSC Hollings. The treatment was not as bad as I expected, and it went faster than I expected. Yeah. So, yeah.
Does breast cancer run in your family?
No, it doesn't. It was caught through a routine mammogram, which I was really shocked about because it hadn't been anything in my family ever. And as I mentioned earlier to you before we talked, I have dense breast tissue, so they had to do a second scan. And I think there's some legislation now about mammograms and extra screenings for dense breasts. I think it's really important because if it wasn't caught early, it would have gone farther and the treatments would have been more harsh.
Yeah. And now you are not only cancer-free, but you're also a board member of Amore Healing Kitchen.
Yes.
Did you get services from them during your treatment?
Yeah, that's how I was exposed to Amore. When I was first diagnosed, it was, overwhelming, and a friend basically signed me up for their program, so that meant that I received food from them on Fridays, which was the day I had chemo. I would come home to this beautiful plant-based meal delivered with flowers, and it was a really touching, helpful element of my recovery. Food, they say, is healing, and just receiving that was, it really touched me, and I wanted to make sure that I thanked them.
Does Amore help cancer patients specifically?
Amore is a nonprofit that delivers healthy, nutritious meals to people in the community facing health challenges. So it could be surgery, it could be leukemia, but 60% of the patients are diagnosed with cancer.
Yeah. What a full circle moment for you in
know.
your life. How incredible. And there's some events coming up.
Yes, so Amore has grown. The organization is 100% led by fundraising efforts. So there's a couple programs coming up. There's a cooking class on site and a wreath making class. So if you sign up for that, you support the organization. But our big fundraiser is the Merry Mingle, which is happening on December 7th. And we have an auction that opens up online beforehand, so on November 22nd. So all of those ways are supporting. But I think another good way to support the organization is if anybody knows anyone going through cancer, sign them up for the program, because it's a great way to help a patient and support the organization.
Absolutely. AmoreHealingKitchen.org is where you can go for all the event information, and also to sign up if you know anyone or if you yourself are facing a diagnosis. Toni, it's so great to have you here with us, and we're grateful for your time and for sharing your story.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for letting me share this.
We're back in 2 minutes.